Hello, my name is Abe and welcome back to Monster Train. It's been a little while, but every once in a while I just find the urge to want to play a little bit more Monster Train, even though I love the game and hate it at the same time. Why do I hate it? Because every time I try to actually do a recording, 5 minutes into the run, I'm dead on the second floor because of a Tethys Titan's Bane awoken that has no synergies with each other, and then I just freaking die. Bogfly, Vent, Broken Memories. This is the Exile Wormkin and the Exile Hellhorns. We're gonna be having Queen's Implings and Echo Breaks. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm just having a bit of a hard time in Monster Train lately. Just having a hard time building decks that are capable of surviving even the first couple of combats if you're taking pack shards, and into the late game, there's not a lot of options for survival. You have to have certain synergies that can keep you alive with your champions and whatnot. As for the Wormkin, I really like the Wormkin. I think the Wormkin is a very fun, relatively easy clan to work around. Just take the Consume champion and then every single Consume card, and then you're in it. You're in it to win it. Summon abilities trigger an additional time. When you play your third card, draw one. These are both really good. But I like double summon because there's a champion, a Wormkin champion that gives you a summon. It's like a summon egg. So in theory, we could double up that champion to get eggs. And then, is there an imp? Yeah, Transcend Imp. Every time you play it, you get the summon effects that you've had that battle. So in theory, we might be able to use a Transcend Imp to double the summon effects of the champion, or even just get imps and then get double summon effects on the imps. But I think Ashes of the Fallen is really good here. I think it's one of the better relics for Wormkin. Or for, rather, Hellhorn. And this is the, unfortunately, not the champion that I wanted, because the egg champion is, definitely the one that I wanted for the summon effect. Which one is he, though? He is, yeah, Bog Deep Cocoon, eventually. And then also etch remove 3 shell from eggs. So you get double eggs, you easily get the eggs unlocked, and then all of a sudden you have freaking bog wormlings. I don't even know what the heck those are. But as for our current champion, we can either consume cards that give armor 14 to friendly units eventually, or we can just have a champion that does damage, and then we also get random consume spells back in our hand every turn. I really do like that effect. I mean, I think random consume spells coming back to your hand is just insanely good. And the fact that Broken Memories also gives us an ability to go deep into the consume path is probably what we want. The armor is really nice as well, but there's a card that gives you armor. We could just get that, consume it, and then replay it, turn after turn after turn. So I think we'll go Repeater. It's also just more damage, which I like. But yeah, I really think that the consume card path is what you want. Now admittedly, apply armor to friendly units is also interesting with Hellhorn that has armor synergies built in, but I really love the consume path. So I'm just gonna go consume path on this one. So we have Temple, Temple, Artifact, Temple, Money, Temple, Temple. With this many temples, I'm willing to forgo an early artifact, keep our pack shards at 0 for a couple of fights, no brainer, and then eventually maybe we can meld some units, especially if we do get like a Transcend Imp. Also, we might be able to still get the other champion that has summon. I don't know if we're guaranteed to see both of the original choices as we continue on, because when we fight Daedalus, when we fight, is this Fel? Yeah, when we fight Daedalus, when we fight Fel, we upgrade our champion. I don't know if you upgrade your champion and see the same paths, or if you get the summon path show up randomly. I don't know how it works, honestly, but we'll figure it out. So the imp we want to die. The imp will now die. Queen's Impling, we might as well just, get that double summon effect to get kills, which is just, phenomenal. And Bogflies, I mean, in theory, we could use them to tank, but I think a Train Steward would just be a better tank. I don't really even want to put down a Bogfly just to die. I mean, we very well could, but again, I don't really know necessarily the point for that. Consume spell. So we don't actually have consume spells yet, but we'll get consumed spells eventually. Kills give a damage shield. We need to kill this foot soldier. I think what we'll do is probably just play an imp. And then honestly, I feel like we should kill the imp in order to make sure that this guy dies. And sure, you know, we've got a vent we're not doing anything with, but you know, all we really need is an imp to kill this guy, and then we're set. So you imp. He's already taking 25 damage. You kill your imp so that that imp doesn't lower our energy, and we also don't lose the floor capacity. You might as well play an imp down here for 20 damage. He'll get a damage shield, but with one spell we can purge that damage shield, and then he's dying on the top floor. So I think we've played this very well. I will also play a bogfly because it will get stronger. It will give us, unfortunately, some Ember Drain next turn, but I think that's actually worth it at this point because this guy, I mean, he's not too long for this world, is he? Actually, you know what we should do is just this. You know, consume this. Oh, we get it back every turn anyways. Which is honestly pretty good. I can't believe that you're not dead. You're dead. It's actually pretty good because it's at least one card that's coming back every single turn, but really what we would need is something like Bounding Echoes to apply infusion to that card. So Echo Snare, that seems like a pretty good card. It's infused, it consumes, it'll come back literally every turn. And then Molting Imp. With the summon effect, you gotta take it, because if you put this inside of a Transcend Imp or something, it wipes entire floors. Molting Imp is freaking beautiful here. Fortify, Armor 5, meh, Horn Break, meh. Yeah, just give me the Imp. With double summon effects, we want as many imps as we can get. And even making this imp endless is fine, because it'll do 10 damage to all enemies, but really we would want to put another imp inside of it. But we will probably go... Do we even want a Wormkin unit? No Wormkin units have... Well, you know what? There is one Wormkin unit that has a summon effect. It's the guy who grows larger. You know, we have essentially no good units right now. Why don't we go for Wormkin and then make our spells consume? That way we'll be able to get some spells back every turn. I'm trying to think about, you know, how to make this run work with the deck that we have. Shell. Wow, okay. Although, Bog Chrysalis summon 2 Bog Flies, no, like... Strike, Reap. Dude, I don't even know if we want any of these units. They're not exactly what I was looking for. Summon Kinhost Pupa. Can we look at what a Kinhost Pupa is? Card. It's going to be Wormkin. It's going to be a spell. No, it's actually going to be a unit, and it is a uncommon. Kinhost Pupa. Armor 20, multi-strike 1, strike, apply, reap 1 to enemy units. Okay, so a multi-strike unit, it's not that bad. But you know, I think I undervalue Bog Chrysalis with Shell 5 summon 2 Bog Flies, because you can put multi-strike on the Bog Flies and all of a sudden they're hitting, you know, multiple times per time they're out. But they do... They take a long time to... Oh, here's a Kinhost Pupa. They take a long time to actually evolve, don't they? And the Kinhost Pupa is already multi-strike. You know what? Kinhost Carapace is not a summon effect. I thought it used to be. I thought it used to be that if you had this specific combination, you could double the benefit of gaining attack and health, but maybe they changed it because it was too strong with the relic that we have of double summon effect. Well, if we can put a tank in front of the Bog Chrysalis, then summoning 2 Bogflies with multi-strike would probably beat a Kinhost, but this is certainly... Like, it already has multi-strike built in, is I guess what I'm trying to say here. And the fact that it strikes Reap is fine for, like, a boss wave, I guess. I think I'm gonna take the Kinhost Vessel. Armor 10 and Strike, apply Reap 1 to enemy units. I guess we could meld it inside of something else in theory, but sure, I really don't like this, but I'll take it. We will upgrade a couple of spells. We will try to make, you know, there's not even really worth making anything cheap. Let's re-roll and see what we get. Really, we want Consume, because if we consume a card, we can actually, like, play it multiple times during one combat. We could make an Echo Break cheap, just so that we can get more infusion, I suppose. For 25 gold, I think it's worth it. We could also remove a card. Now, do we have plus magic power and piercing? Not plus magic power and piercing, but we could put magic power on a consume event and get it over and over again. But I think I'd rather wait for plus 10 magic power and piercing, because we would get the vent literally every turn. Intrinsic does not matter at all, although maybe an Echo Snare starting... Like, to have this card on turn 1 coming back is fine. Unit infusions kind of just suck right now. Yeah, you know, I think we're just gonna pass. I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to think of strategies. I'm trying to think of things that we can build into the deck and you know, to make it better. I'm just not really finding what I need. So deal damage to enemy units. I mean, this is just an immediate nice KO there. Kinhost Vessel needs to be played at some point. So we will play you. We're gonna be slightly Ember Drained next turn. We will play some Bogflies. Maybe we should just play a Train Steward and play a Bogfly like here. Although we really do need to shell on the top floor, not the bottom floor, but... Okay, so you're dead. We do need to get shells up on that floor, unfortunately. Although maybe we should have just killed these units, but I'm waiting for, yeah, basically this. That Bog Chrysalis is eating up the, it is eating up the, that's not that bad. The infusions that we're playing, but it's not eating them up enough. Because like he's still not unlocked. We have to play 5 shell to unlock him. We can't unlock him on the next turn. So I mean, pretty much we're just like, it's a useless unit. We're only gonna get 2 attacks with our champion as well. This is not necessarily the best, but we're still gonna give it a shot here. You gotta get out. You gotta get out. There's no point playing Echo Break. You might as well play it here just to get some additional Reap damage done. And we're gonna apply even more Reap on this floor. Hopefully it's enough. Okay, well you're gonna hit the pyre twice, which is unfortunate. And due to the thorns, we took a little bit of extra damage there, but I just don't know how to build with what we have right now. To get something that's a little bit tankier is nice. Infusion Extract 1 means that Echo Infusion is literally free, so we can build a tank. How are we gonna build damage though? Really, we need an Echo Transfer along with an Echo Infusion. Hosting Kin is nice because it's a consume that comes back every turn, and if I remember correctly, didn't I go infinite off of like this exact same setup in a different run? Where we had a Transcendimp, a Hosting Kin, and we were able to bring back Hosting Kin, kill our own imps, and then draw more cards off of like a... Oh no, it was a Woken. But we didn't have imps then. It must have been like an Awoken Hellhorn. Yeah, it was an Awoken Hellhorn that went infinite off of draw. It wasn't with Hostingkin, though. It was with Vine Grasp. But I think we'll take Echo Infusion just because it's, I mean, a great card. Rage, you know, Rage could be pretty good. If we can get these imps to be endless, replay them literally every turn, we can get a lot of Rage dealt very quickly, and that is scaling. So why don't we try this? And I think we do kind of need to get some unit upgrades. Basically, I'm just looking for endless, but we'll go for it. Large stone. I mean, a large stone egg is not that bad. It'll function as a tank until it opens, and then it's got multi-strike. You know, I think we can do this. But then I think we re-roll and quick. Quick is not what I wanted because I don't really care about a quick multi-striker that only hits the front line, not without sweep. Let's see what the unit is. Dude, maybe Steelworker? Apply armor 5 to friendly units? I'd like to have room on the top floor for imps so that we can play Rage, so that we can play maybe an armor imp as well. A Horned Warrior could take another floor, and then with the multi-strike, he's also another good target for Rage. I do love the armor gain. One thing that we do not have right now is any way of gaining armor. But we also do need more damage output. I mean, we need damage basically as quickly as possible. But armor 5 to friendly units is real nice. Nope. Echo Right, you are 2 capacity. Well, if you're 2 capacity, then the kin host is already on their own floor. So yeah, let's go with a let's go with a Horned Warrior, although I don't love it. Magic Power, Intrinsic, again, not really what we're looking for. A Rage Molting Imp is interesting, but we really do want to have Endless on top of this. We would need to just wait for Endless to show up. But admittedly, a Rage Molting Imp is nice. Although, really, you want a Molting Imp on a floor with enemies and Rage on a floor with units. Not always will those two intertwine. We can always meld later. Let's go to the caverns. Purge a card or get unplayable reserve, restore 5 pyre health. I mean, we would just basically purge like a Train Steward. I think a little bit of pyre health is probably okay, and if we freeze it, then it's infinity pyre healing. We have 0 pyre shards. I'd like to try to go for the divinity, but nothing is really showing up that's like, yes, this is a path you can take to win the game. 2 deadweights on turn 1, huh? Aren't those the only 2 deadweights in the deck? Yep. Well, pretty much whatever we play dies, but you've got to go there. I think we will put the Horned Warrior down just so that he can do some damage on this turn. Maybe we can keep him alive. I mean, if we get imps, we can keep him alive. No, he's absolutely deceased. You know, I think we just go all in up here. And then I can probably smack you a couple of times, because in theory I'm going to be able to de-shell you. Taking 10. Really, I'd love to be able to play the imps here now, but unfortunately I put that unit in the way, which is probably not ideal. But we can still play this. That'll still... Oh, it's not gonna kill him because we're gonna shell it! Ah, frick, man! I really wish that that was not how that worked. Because if you apply Reap, and you have something with shell, the shell eats the echo, the charged echoes, so you don't do any damage on the reap. It's really frustrating. Like, I would very much prefer it if we could actually do damage with reap and then eat the charged echoes, but whatever. Now we need to get 5 more in order to unlock him. I'm just gonna play a vent up here. I think we're just gonna play this down here just to make sure that things die. You're gonna be played up here for 0. Everything will die up here. You dying is fine, actually. And by that I mean I'm just gonna kill you. And then we could play another one, then we'll only be 2 away from unlocking the egg. A unit is almost certainly gonna make it up though. You know what? We can probably kill our own imps. You're gonna die, perfect. You know what we should do then? Play you here. We might be able to kill the units moving up. Or at the very least, maybe get just like a bone dog out. We only need 2 more shell, so there's 1. Now you're taking 25 damage. I mean, there's 2. So now we are unlocking. We're gonna take 2 damage on the pyre, but we're gonna heal for 5. You guys are making it up. Might as well keep reaping the professor. And now we have a multi-striker out. Who's 40, is that 45 times 2? Like once he gets out, I feel a lot better about things. There's not enough capacity for imps, unfortunately, but once he's out, I feel better about things. Everything here is dead. Reap. You might as well play units to get him out, because they don't matter. Healed a little bit more pyre damage at least. My god, this is no pack shards. What the hell are we gonna do on this run? I'm still of the opinion that I've got no freaking idea. Taking 87 damage. At least play the vents. They'll come back every turn, but it's kind of intentional. You are dying. Gonna keep buffing the health of our kin host. In theory, we could. All right, you can select a card. In theory, you could maybe make that infusion holdover so you can actually create a tank. But now we just need damage. We need that echo transfer. Infuse, deal damage, apply rage 7. We need this, accelerated incubation. We gotta get the shells unlocked faster. Infused, rage does additional damage. Plus 10 attack and rage 10? Be like... I'm trying to think of how to do this. It would be like... Summon 2 bog flies. Like, could we put the rage guy in a bog egg? We don't have another bog egg. We just have Kinhost egg. I don't even know what we want on Kinhost egg. I mean, I guess we could put deranged brute in Kinhost egg. We could take another Kinhost egg. I think we should go for capacity and then play 2 Kinhost vessels on the same floor. You know, we can meld a unit and then duplicate it later. What would we meld? Summon would summon 4 bog flies, but they'll just be base level bog flies, and I think they even go in front. I mean, you look at the deranged brute and you think to yourself, okay, if you can make a brute rage imp work, that's rage 10 every rage, which is 50 extra damage. If you get multi-strike, this deranged brute is insane. I think you gotta take him even though he doesn't really fit because, like, he literally doesn't fit. We don't have the capacity for things. We need the capacity because we got to play more imps. I think we have to go to the right path here to maybe look for another meldable unit, even though we're probably not going to get one. But then I think we also just need a merchant of magic to upgrade spells. You know what? We don't. I'm a liar. We already have a couple of spells that consume. Who cares about the rest of this garbage? Let's go to the left path. Is this like we have no more units? You know, again, we can still double up on units later. Like here on the left, here on the right. I hate that there's a Merchant of Steel here, but in theory, we might be able to double up on units once we figure out what we're doing with them. But like, what are we gonna get out of a Hellhorn unit? Demon Fiend? I mean, admittedly, a Demon Fiend into a Kinhost is fun. And then we would just need like an Ascend to ascend it up a floor. We're still not doing damage with it, and we don't have the room for any imps if we do it like that. I need a floor with like 15 capacity, and then I can build like one floor filled with units. No. I still have this damn Horned Warrior with Fragile, which is just absolutely awful. I guess a Deranged Brute in the Horned Warrior is not horrible, but dude, just give me a... What hell? Hold on. I'm trying. So I'm like min-maxing, I'm looking at the cards. Okay, give me Hellhorn units. Impish Scholar and Pyre Chomper won't be a part of any draw, but we could get Steelworker, Alpha Fiend, Demon Fiend, +1 pip and strike +5. Strike +5. You could put that in the Kinhost then. It'll be insanely large, but it would fit on one floor with imps. But then when we run out of capacity, we won't be able to play anything else on the floor. We could get an Apex Imp. Gain rage equal to armor, summon gain 5 armor. I mean, Apex Imp, if you can get him, is like one of the strongest freaking creatures in the game. Dude, even Consumer of Crowns, +10, +10, -3. What are we gonna meld that into though? I'm following my gut on this, which says just go left and purge Train Stewards, but I really just, I don't see how this run succeeds, you know? Maybe it succeeds by giving us armor on etching. So you get 1 consumed card every turn, but then as you play your cards, you get armor, and then with the armor, you can actually like survive. I don't know how we're gonna kill like big units that make it up. You know, okay, give me armor. I've got a plan. It's not a good plan, but I've got a plan. When you play a spell, cards in hand that cost less are reduced to 0. I actually kind of like this with Vents because we can make other spells cost less, but it won't make units cost less. We have a lot of 0-cost units anyways, but friendly units get +5 health. I also like this to make the imps last longer, to make our champion last longer, to make our eggs last longer. It's not going to be too much value, though. You know, it's like almost no value. Give me Split Anvil. We can take expensive spells. And I will go for an artifact. Better Rage. Okay, we have no Ascend, Descend. I don't like Golden Vault. I guess we'll take Resonant Shard. Dude, I have no idea. I struggle so much in this freaking game. Restore all health when they move up a floor. I'm going to take a gamble here. I'm gonna gamble and say that we can kill him. Is it a big gamble? Oh, baby, yes. But I'm gonna take a huge freaking gamble here. We're not gonna unlock on the next turn. We'll unlock the turn after that. Now, do you play the Deranged Brute? No, because we're not gonna get Rage on this floor. If we could add that 3-cost card that's like Rage 15, that would be beautiful, but we can't get that. We cannot kill anything down here. We cannot kill you guys. So what we're gonna do is make sure that the shell's going away. We're going to... I'm not even gonna play Broken Memories. We get armor, but right now we know what spell's coming back, and it's the one that's going... We're gonna pop the egg immediately, which means we will kill both of these units as they make it up. That's good. That's very good. So you get stronger. We also have capacity for imps. Don't play Broken Memories. Well, you know, actually, literally you could, and you know what card you're getting back, and you get armor out of it. Costs you a draw, though. You know what? Don't play it. Don't play it. Just play this to purge their BS. Maybe he'll live for a few turns. You know, we could build a floor at the bottom. It won't be good, but we can. Okay, so this will immediately crack you. Now these enemies are dead as they move up. You explode. I cannot stop that. Horned Warrior can come out. Queen's Impling does mean we get a kill. This gives us armor. And it adds a card that might be able to come back. And then you can just like block a shot. You block multiple shots down here, which is unnecessary, but you might as well. Okay. You're all dying. You're gonna die. You're all gonna die. We're actually like staying in front of this, which is extremely surprising. We'll just play the vent down here. I think it actually does get a kill, but we will, and you know what? We'll play the vent so it comes back every turn. We need more, we don't really need any more infusions. We could just like, you know, I'm wrong. We do need infusions. Stack the infusions, oh, they're all dead. Stack the infusions at the top, that way they, we get more reap damage eventually. So we can play this, gives us more armor. Not a lot, but some. You might as well, like, might as well just like put down a blocker for 8. The boss is gonna do a lot of damage when he gets up to this floor, but I think it was important to play the champion and the kin host up here so that they could actually have time to pop, to open up. Next turn we're gonna get an imp, so don't play anything here. Play him here. Hello. Rage. You know, this is not a bad floor for a little bit of rage. Take 1 hit. All of a sudden, we're doing 600 damage because of the rage on the Horned Warrior. Look, the damage scaled pretty quick on this one, didn't it? Honestly, I think we can actually kill you. You're dead. All right, I did not anticipate killing him on the bottom floor with 2 unupgraded units, but there we go. We took no pyro damage and we managed to get a free artifact. 40 armor, 15 armor. Still, a little bit of armor. Consume. Return 3 random spell cards from the discard to your hand and apply Consume. A lot of Consume cards are really bad, so, or sorry, a lot of our spells are bad, so consuming them is fine, and we want to consume them. That being said, right now, the consumed cards that we are getting back are Shell, bring a specific consumed card back, Infuse, and Vent, and those are all very good cards. I don't want to build a lot of consumed cards that are coming back every single turn. I actually think we take none of these. I would love the card that improves our damage for each charged echo, but deal damage per shard, extract, deal 5 damage twice, gain shard. I mean, we have vents that do damage. We don't need this. And total recall. Again, like, to bring back random spells and consume them is nice, but we have specific cards that we want to bring back every single turn. I'd rather get those than consume, you know, a couple of echo breaks. Piercing, deal 5 damage, apply armor 20. Infuse, apply rage and armor, sacrifice imp. I think we want Inflame. It's expensive, but we have Split Anvil, and we need rage and we need armor, and that card has them both. So I think we have to go Merchant of Steel. I would love to go Concealed Caverns. Maybe we could get some it's completely random, you know? You could make all your units small, and then we can have 3 freaking eggs on the same floor. But I think we need unit upgrades, because we need to upgrade the Brute, upgrade the Horned Warrior, upgrade the Egg. Then we can also get a little bit of money for, well, this shop and then also future shops. And we could go Concealed Caverns after this with a Merchant of Magic. I actually like that path. Yeah. Although we do get a free artifact and a Concealed Caverns on the left. We need to upgrade units. If you're not upgrading units, you're just slowly dying. So we want multi-strike. It's what we want. Unfortunately, we have to decide on how we're gonna play now. Because this is amazing. Who are we gonna meld? Purge, -2. Don't care about either of those. Because now we could, in theory, put like Horned Warrior inside of something else. And then give it multi-strike, so we have like a multi-strike 4 unit. Like, if we put Horned Warrior in the Deranged Brute, they'll need armor to survive, but if we can give them armor, then their rage is gonna start scaling. But I think we might just put multi-strike on the Kin Host. It's already a big unit that we're happy to play, and we can put rage on it already. Can we play the Deranged Brute and the Kin Host Vessel? It would be... One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 capacity. Technically we could, but there's no room for imps if we do that. We need the Kin Host Vessel to be smaller, but we've already made it large stone. Still don't have any endless, so we can't put an imp in an imp. Well, we might get endless on the reroll. What do we want to be multi-striked? The Brute is tempting because he'll buff his own damage with Rage. Horned Warrior is tempting because he already has multi-strike. Kin Host Vessel is tempting because this will turn it into a 45 times 3 unit with Apply Reap 1, a whole bunch of HP, a whole bunch of armor, and then also we can get armor by playing spells, and then also maybe we can even buff its Rage further. I mean, we do have Resonant Shard. I mean, Rage is really good. Right now, Rage is +6 on the floor with our Ragey dude. We're always playing the egg, so let's just put multi-strike on him because it's good. Reroll. Endless. This is exactly what we want, and we want this probably on the imp, and then we meld an imp into an imp, and we can actually meld the imps right now. So we want this imp melded inside of this imp, because then it'll do summon 15 as opposed to summon 5, and we want endless on the rage imp. So now we have an endless amount of rage and then crowd control capabilities being done, as long as we get these units. This is actually fantastic. Might be the only way we can actually win this run. You get sacked. You've got to go into the Rage Imp. You know what's weird? I actually feel like we might want to dupe the Imp at some point because it's like the only unit that actually matters right now. Well, other than our egg. Spell Shield's totally fine. We can't play Echo Breaks for damage, oh no. You know, give me my Imp, I'll show you true damage. And we might even get the vent multiple times, and the Imp already does damage, so like we're clear there. So here's the thing, here's the deal. We could play Horned Warrior, Deranged Brute, and then if we had a small tank, a 1-pip tank, we could put it in front on the middle floor. We could put Echo Right and the egg on the middle floor, but then there's no room for imps after the egg hatches. We could put the Deranged Brute, the Horned Warrior, and the egg on the top, but again, there's no room for imps if we do that. We could put the Deranged Brute and the egg at the top and then screw the Horned Warrior. Actually, you know what? That seems like the perfect idea. There is enough capacity. And then the Echo Right can just go here and we can just try to keep him alive. I keep thinking that the Echo Right's gotta go on the same floor as our egg. That's not the case. We can just have Deranged Brute and the egg on the same floor, and then that's a good enough strategy. So give me the Echo Right. Deranged Brute, I will put on... You just go here because you get 2 kills. Deranged Brute, I will put on the top floor. I will... Just gonna work you down because I can kill you with a vent next turn. Then we place the egg on the top. It's a tank, unfortunately, but you do play it. 2 vents kills everything on this floor, which is nice. We consume egg. Consume to get egg card back on the draw pile and give us a little bit of armor. An Echo Break vent here is really nice. But I would love to double vent on this floor. But if we get the imp, we can just play the imp here to kill everything. Or, you know, we could also just not care about the champion. Let's do it like this. It's gonna be hard to work through these enemies that have all of their buffs, but you know, whatever. We're not dying on this floor too, which is nice. Hopefully we get that back next turn. You know what? We can pop the egg immediately. So play this, pop the egg. The champ is almost dying. Are we okay losing the champ? I'd rather not. This will block quite a few shots for us. I want the benefit of getting his like spells back every turn. I think we took no damage somehow there. Okay, 1 vent here kills everything, and then you die, we take 8 damage. It's not that bad. We could also just play an imp, which probably does the same thing, because the imp will die. You know, we could play an imp and a vent, and then we take no damage. I'd rather take no damage on the Poopa if possible. Poopa. If we play a vent for... We can play this for 0. So we should Queen's Imp, Inflame, Echo Break for free, Vent for 0. Queen's Imp. If we play a Vent, we don't need the Queen's Imp. But the Queen's Imp does block 1 shot from the Clipped Guardian. So does a Train Steward, though. And I would still like to give us the Inflame, which we totally can do. I'm just waiting for the damn imp. So one problem I have with, you know, making a good imp, and it shows up when the waves are done. It's like, come on! Okay. Play an imp. Play the Inflame. You get a free Echo Break. You know, I actually kind of like this. Because now we can play Event somewhere else. I think this is too slow of a floor because of the fact that we are, we could have given ourselves armor. But we're probably just going to get the freaking imp! Oh my god! Goodness! Hit, die, hit, die, hit, die, hit, die. I don't know why you're dying. We have 4 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why are you dying? Oh, apply Reap to all units. Quick doesn't matter here because the Reap is at the end of turn, but if you attack once, you apply Reap 1. If you attack 3 times, it's Reap 3. I understand. Okay. So, I don't want to play Broken Memories, because if I do, it means we might not draw the imp, unfortunately. Is there any consume card that we want to bring back? Yeah, like a vent, but who cares? Okay, in that case, we are going to keep our champion alive. Imps do a pretty good job of that, like an imp and a bogfly. We're gonna leave a spot open for the imp, hopefully at some point soon that we're gonna draw. Instead, what we're gonna do is just make sure that you constantly gain HP. Go ahead and tank. This tanks all the damage, actually. I guess you might as well play the imps, like just to get them out. Now you live. Barely, but you live. Okay, we're guaranteed to draw the imp. This is why I think duplicating that imp is kind of nice, because it's a card that we are okay playing, and apparently it's also the freaking, you know, heaviest card in the deck, and we have to get it out. But now, look at this. There's the damage. We need you guys to come out to tank a couple of shots. If we apply Reap, the Sycophant will die and increase the damage of the Crystal Cloak, but with the stealth, you're gonna die as you make it up anyway. So I think we just play it. I kind of hate it, but and I mean, looking at this, we have to really purge your stealth. Otherwise, we're not gonna do any damage on this floor. So how the hell do we purge your stealth? How we do that is with an imp. We literally just have to try to purge as much as possible. And then with Broken Memories, we can bring back one spell that's consumed. Probably just an Echo Snare. Gave ourselves a little bit of armor. It's not enough to survive a single hit from any of these units, unfortunately. You have 4 turns of stealth. That means you're doing 60 damage. We can survive 1 turn by doing this. Now you're taking 82 because you're killing us on the first hit. This will keep our Poopa alive for 1 turn. Now you're dead. I mean, that's incredibly lucky that we were able to even live there. But with the rage stacks, we are doing a lot of damage. It's just hard to keep ourselves alive to that point. So I'm looking at something like Days 3. Something that might be able to, you know, just keep 1 unit off of our butts for a little while. And then I think you just need another Inflame. Admittedly, the imps are tempting because if you get a armor imp or a transcend imp, that would be good, but I think that the chances for a Transcend Imp is pretty low out of the box. But if we can get these Rage cards, we're happy. So I think Fell. We might go Concealed Caverns on this one to get multiple unit upgrades and then do like a Merchant of Steel at the very end. Just to duplicate whatever our best spell is and then remove a couple of cards. We could even come here to get another duplication done. But I really think we need to upgrade spells on this one. Do we? That's the weird thing about it, is that the spells really aren't even all that big of a deal. Like Echo Infusion for the Extract Infusion is nice. Holdover on an Inflame would be great. Yeah, and then Concealed Caverns. All right, I'm invested. Yeah, because we could go Merchant of Steel, but we would just basically be looking for nothing. So Holdover is what we want. We want it on like an Inflame or something. We could put it on a Vent, but pay coins or Pyre Health? We can pay Pyre Health because we have that card that gives us health. Friendly units enter with armor 5. It's not a lot, but it's something. Really wish we had the artifact that armor gives you more, but that's okay. So we can either Echo Infusion or Inflame as Holdover. I think we want Inflame. The armor is half as much as the Echo Infusion, but this card means that we can play everything else for free in a turn because it will have Split Anvil. But also, like, it means that we can scale our damage without having an imp. And we actually do need the armor still. Admittedly, Echo Infusion is still good with the armor plus 10, or the HP plus 10. You know what? Upgrade the Vent. It's tough actually, because they're both good. Soul Crushing Guilt is also great with the Daze 3. You just daze whatever the most annoying unit is and then deal with them later. If you could double stack this, Holdover, Rage 8, Armor 10 every turn. Be too expensive. You can't play this and the Imp at the same time though. Echo Infusion, Holdover, apply HP plus 10. I'm gonna hold over the Inflame. I'm gonna make the other Inflame cheaper. Then we'll roll. Permafrost. I mean, that on Bone Dog just means that you have infinite Pyre healing. Magic Power and Consume. I want to just remove Echo Breaks, not consume them. And we can make Inflame free. Makes it real easy to play every turn, even if it shows up at an inopportune moment. And then we could take the Divine Boons to purge another card. You know, I think I'm just gonna take it for the cash. But I'm not gonna purge a card. We'll hold our deck right now. Spell Shield 5 and Armor is probably the easiest fell. And I like the deck that we had last time. Echo right in the middle, Brute at the top. It worked beautifully, except our Echo right died because we didn't have like enough really stats on anything to keep him alive. We have to go to the Merchant of Steel, I'm realizing, because the upgrades are gonna be super important, but we're gonna do the exact same thing. You up at the top. You in the middle. I'm just gonna play units just to play them. Like, we can play one imp here to hopefully die at some point. I'll play a bogfly here, just tank some shots, and then I will play you. Let's play you here, because I don't want to take up capacity on the other floors. We need to see if we can get that imp like as quickly as possible. And we'll probably go card draw as well after this, because we really do need that that draw. So you've got to go out. You know what? Echo Break cannot kill our own imp. I didn't think about that. You've got to come out. At least we're killing the Guardian. The vent will kill everything else, so this is a totally fine vent floor, and the vent will come back next turn. And it won't make Echo Break free. Maybe we should have thought about the order a little bit, but this is totally fine. Everything gets armor on that floor, which is not ideal, but whatever, doesn't matter. The vents are extremely great value. We get a bogfly. Dude, I hate to say it, but oh, you know what? We gotta crack this egg. I didn't even think about that. Okay, well, if we've got to crack the egg, then here's what we're gonna do. Work on cracking that egg. Honestly, just go out and die. That's right, we have that egg spell that can crack the egg. I love that you have infusion as well, because it means by playing you, you're gonna infuse up. You're gonna live, but I can smack you to kill you with the Echo Break. And we only need 3 more to crack you, and you're gonna get armor. There's a lot going on here, but we can make it work. We might want to vent down here, actually. Okay, so start with the imp. Oh, you're totally dead. Okay, this is totally fine. We're gonna start stacking up the rage, basically, up here. Buff you. We need the imp to die, so we draw it next turn, but you might as well play the vent so that you can play Echo Break for free. No, we can play this for 0. What we should do is play the imp to get out of the deck, then play Echo Break. Now our imp is dying. We can daze a unit and push it to the back. We could daze the boss, but I actually don't really want to play this here because it's going to prevent us from cracking our egg. I think what we want to do is just this. And now that I think about it, we can't even play this anywhere, but like that's totally fine. That imp coming back every turn, I mean, in theory, if we give it like plus 25 health, it'll tank some shots too, but that might be a little bit slow. Anyways. Crack that egg. We got the inflame holdover. So start that process immediately. An imp that has 6 HP will die. Our damage is starting to scale. We might have that infinite damage scaling at this point. We might be there. And I'm starting to think that having the rail beater that applies armor to friendly units could be nice, because then if we actually do this on the fight against the divinity, we could actually maybe build on the top floor. Because right now we don't have enough armor gain to keep the brute alive on the top floor. We'd have to play on the bottom or get capacity to play on the top. So I'm just a little confused as what I'm gonna take next, basically. We can play everything, so start with the imp somewhere just to die. Armor 10 on unit death, who cares? Remove shell. We can not play that, that's fine. Consume, apply, reap. Armor here is, it would save us 12 damage on the champion, so go ahead. Why do I not have the energy for the inflame anymore? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, cause you no, wait. No, you did, oh, you lived! Maybe. And as a result of you living, I lost energy on this turn? Well, whatever, we're about to shuffle anyways, but that's a little silly. Anyways, get buffed. Might be able to kill you. Don't play that, because we like the cards that are coming back in our consume pile, like the Vent. Take a look at our energy real quick. Keep buffing the rage. I mean, our damage is getting pretty good. We're at 800 damage per turn. Return a consumed spell to the top of your draw pile. Our consumed spells are kind of garbage. But I tell you what we can do is, well, first of all, this. And then we can specifically bring back, like, the Vent. And then if that card comes back, whatever. Sure. An Imp living for a turn, I really don't care that much about. It's not that big of a deal. I still think we might go card draw, but I don't know how we're going to handle the final fight if we can't play our Imp at the top. So I'm a little scared about doing that. Because playing the Imp at the top is just so good for the rage gain. What we need actually is like multi-strike on the Brute in the back. That would be nice. You're going to live if I do this, but also who cares? We might be able to play at the bottom if we get the Imp early, but there's no guarantee we're going to get that Imp early enough. How much damage do you do? 30? I mean, we do enough damage. Yeah, you're gonna die in one turn anyways. Why do you have half HP? I feel like maybe I did something that caused you to have half HP. And I'm not entirely certain what I did. That being said, we're gonna smack you. Bone Dog is just infinite HP. You're taking 300 damage. All right. You know, I'd like to get the Imp next turn so we can just play it as a body blocker. I mean, you're dead in one turn, so there's not a lot that really you're gonna do to me. Our egg is doing 900 damage, which is pretty sweet. Infuse consume, no. Double rage. Double armor. I mean, these are both great, but admittedly, if we get 30 rage, doubling it is way more value than playing one more Imp. Or one more Inflame. We can make it cost... If we make it cost 2, we can play it with the Imp, but if we have it cost 3, we can play it with the Inflame. Rage is not that big of a problem, but I think it's too good to pass up. And then this is really where it gets sketchy, because if we don't take capacity, we have to play on the bottom floor on Divinity. If we take capacity, we can play on the middle floor against Divinity, which means that we have an extra turn to draw our Imps and other cards that are appropriate. If we take Herzl's Compound, our draw, why am I calling it by name? If we take draw, then we can get to the Imp a little bit faster. And if we get to that Imp faster, then, you know, we have a body blocker. But on the top floor, that boss does sweep, which is unfortunately something that we can't really get around. The damage is going to kill our deranged brute. In theory, we could like inflame him on you know, a couple of turns, or even daze the boss. You know, soul crushing guilt does buy us a lot of time. I think we might be able to play on the top. Take draw. I'm gonna go for it. I got options. I got plans. I got plays. I'm also really looking at this duplicator thinking, man, I would love to get another Imp. I don't think we need another kin host, although admittedly putting 2 of these on the same floor, we don't have the capacity for it. But we could have maybe put 2 of them on the same floor with an Imp in the front, but we won't get the benefit of the guy making the rage better. But then we would have 2 really good units on one floor. Yeah, they're fully upgraded. Oh, you know what? There's nothing melded inside of them. What could we meld inside of them? Deranged Brute. We would have 6 capacity for 1 floor, but no room for imps. Horned Warrior, Multi-Strike, Fragile. I don't see anything that we want to meld, unfortunately. But in theory, the Brute could go inside of the Kin Host, and we would still have Rage stacks. They won't all be able to go on the same floor, though, because we won't have the capacity for the imps. But maybe we don't need it if we just play in Flames over and over again. The imp could just buff like another floor, but... Actually, I think I might go to the right here. I like the idea of seeing what the Caverns has. Maybe it'll be good. If we can make the Vessel 1 pip, I think we just win. What would we upgrade? We have to go here to the Merchant of Magic, which means we have to duplicate, which means we can always upgrade our spells here at the temple. I think we go to the right. I really do. We keep wasting the Pyre Remains healing, but like, I want to see what the Concealed Caverns has. If the Caverns has something, this is absolutely what we want. If the Caverns, this is also really good now that I think about it. If the Caverns has something that is like critically important for us, it's what we want, right? Summon a friendly rebel unit to the front of this floor. I don't think a little ruffle will be enough. Upgrade a unit. We want upgrade a unit. Summon, apply sap 4 to enemy units. Strike, apply melee weakness 1. What? Okay. Summon sap 4? Dude, we put that on the imp. And then when we summon the imp, we sap the crap out of the boss, and then we win because the boss won't be able to do a damn thing. So I think this has just won us the entire run. Because now we don't need armor. Because the enemy isn't going to be able to attack ever. How weird is that? Apply armor 8 or do more damage. I mean, honestly, you're not really here to do damage, so you just living longer is probably better. Plus 30 magic power. I mean, a consume 50 vent's pretty sweet. We might have to put the Brute inside of a Kin Host, but for now, let's not take anything, because we can take both of the spell upgrades and the Pact in the next area, and as a result, we can get up to 100 Pact shards. It'll be exactly 100, but like whatever. Yeah, because there's no units that I really care about melding. Magic power on the vent's nice, but we don't really care too much. And purge, I mean, I guess we could purge a bad spell for 10. You know, let's do that. Go very light, make the deck slightly better. Honestly, we just need to, yeah, armor 20 is no problem. Honestly, we just need to live barely long enough to get all of our units out, and then we're in the clear anyways. So purge, fantastic. We're just gonna play exactly the same way that we've been playing. You go there. You go there. This floor is gonna suck, but it is what it is. Everyone's getting multi-strike. We're going to play... We're not gonna play on the top floor, although it would be tempting to maybe get some charged echoes on this floor so we can unlock our egg. But once we get the consume spell, we can unlock the egg pretty quickly. I think we're just going to... We're really gonna play these at the bottom? I mean, if I play up here, the problem is if I play up here, we lose energy. So yeah, I think we will just start down here. Might as well. Okay, you've got to be played. You've got to be played as well. This is honestly a very good turn. We can vent here in order to kill the Collector and the Multi-Striker. So, yeah, this is honestly very good. You've got to go out. Then you've got to go out. You might as well just start that rage and armor gain. I don't know if the armor and rage is maintained when you explode and become another unit. But hopefully. Buff up. Get out of the deck. Give me my money. Units will make it up to the pyre, but we've got a heal card built in, so if we take damage, it's really not that big of a deal. This is also a pretty good turn. We do need to play the Brute. The Inflame is so important, though. But we can't play them both. So do you play the Brute to increase our rage damage and then keep playing the Imp? Yes, because this is our sap Imp. We don't need the holdover Inflame yet. We can survive on this. You've got to go out. You know, we should, if we play the Bogfly, then the deranged Brute won't give us... It won't give us lower energy next turn, but I don't think that's much of a problem. This floor also sucks, but, you know, there's plays. I think we Bogfly. Our Imp lives for a turn, which is not the best, but now all of a sudden we're doing 196 damage. Then we can consume and reap. Probably here for armor. Or we could do it here for eggs, but once we get the de-sheller, that's not a big problem. And in fact, we can play this up here to get more egg power. And then we play the vent. The vent here would save us almost all the pyre damage, but I don't care about taking pyre damage. I'd rather play this here to keep our champion alive. Bark! I'm very reliant on getting that shell unlock card, but with Bone Dogs, we have a lot of extra room to play around with. Last Stand would make Echo Break free. That's about it. Queen's Imp would die, so we wouldn't lose energy next turn, but we really do want this Imp to die at some point, but we gotta unlock the Kinhost too. Consume here is just what you play. Our champ will almost die, but not quite die. Deal 10 damage, deal 5 damage to your front unit. If we play the Imp will take 10. So I actually like that. You know what? No, we can make the Imp take both hits by giving us armor. You're gonna hit the pyre once, I don't care. You know, I do care. Then consume. Return a consume spell to the top of your draw pile. We want to make sure we bring back the vent. So play Echo Break. Consume the vent. We're gonna take 8 damage on our unit, but whatever. And then we want to make sure the vent comes back. We're just waiting for... I don't know what we're waiting for. This one, Accelerated Incubation, which is apparently now the heaviest card in the deck. It's always something, you know? It's always something. Okay. We need to do 35 damage on the vent to kill the Lightwing. We could just daze him, then play this, which will kill the conduit. Yeah, I kind of like that. Saves us damage. Oh, you know, if we play both vents, they'll die. Yeah, we'll just play both vents in that case. You need to die, you need to die. We need to unlock the egg, which we absolutely can do. It'll cost us another imp. You know what? We're about to get the consume card next turn. Screw it. Screw it! Get out there. Get out there. Get out there. Double vent. And then, I don't know, we could just daze you for a turn. I like you attacking, though, because it means you'll kill the imp next turn, though. This has been slightly mismanaged, but I still think we'll be fine. Although this guy doing 32 damage at base is kind of annoying, but we can hopefully daze his ass. You've got to get buffed. We need damage on the imp. Or rather, we just need the imp to get out there. But the imp's not gonna die because of the sap. It's, you know, it's a bit of a negative, I'm realizing now, because the imp, I can't kill it with one Echo Break because it has 5 armor. The Scorched Steel is actually kind of a pain in the ass right now. And we lose all of our rage stacks when we unlock the kin host. I think we have made some huge misplays. And I don't know what to do about that, but we're still gonna try. That did not make Echo Break free. As a result, this guy is going to live as a multi-strike. He kills everything in one hit anyway, so it's not a big deal. You know, except if you don't get the card that you need to kill him, but sure. Inflame. Dazing you is, you know, extremely worthwhile. So just play that. Now you're taking 240. Return a consumed spell to the top of your draw pile. I hate to say it, but none of our consumed spells are that good right now. So I think you just make sure that the imp dies so you can get it next turn. Could Echo Snare for more reap? No. End turn. We might just lose right here, because this guy is hitting real freaking hard. No, I think we'll be okay. Barely. Okay. Well, the sap, a little bit more of a problem than I thought, because if we can't kill our imp every turn, we're not playing the imp every turn, but at least it is still value. We should have probably gone for the Sunderstone on our vessel, because that way the imp would die every turn, but I don't know. Consume, fill, apply Ember Drain, infuse, deal 5 damage to enemy units per, deal 15 damage for each spell in the consume pile. No. Sack Imp. If we can make this holdover, that would work. Impish Scholar is kind of nice to bring back consume cards, but not a big problem. To sack our imp, it's probably worth it. We have to go to the right. Like we just have to. Still have Train Stewards, still have to go. Take a look here. Drawing 10 is really nice. Upgrade a unit with Endless. Well, we don't really need that anymore, because we've already put Endless on an imp. Plus 10 magic power and piercing. We can put that on Event, which is actually extremely great. So I'm just gonna do that. Sack a unit, put it in another unit. We still don't have anything on the kin host. We've only melded an imp. That's the only thing that we put 2 and 2 together on. 40 damage to the front enemy unit on summon. +5 and +5 attack per shard. Multi-strike and fragile 1. I do like Lost Luggage. I don't think we need Endless on anything. Like, what the hell are we gonna make Endless? The Brute, if he dies, we can replay him. You know, he would be a tank for our actual damage dealing unit in that case. It's not the end of the world. We could even, like, put the Horn Warrior inside of the Brute for the multi-strike gain, then make the Brute Endless, so if he ever dies due to fragility, we can just replay him and he'll get armor. And then if we can sap the enemy units, he'll live, but that is a little awkward of a play. I kind of don't mind it though, because we would like to make sure that he gets played whenever possible. He could function as just like a garbage tank. And if we reroll, maybe we can give him like extra armor or something. Now, here's the thing, we have money. So I'm gonna make him Endless, and then maybe we can give him multi-strike or something. And then he can be a tank. I don't know, I'm just freaking trying to figure this out, okay? What the hell else are we gonna spend our money on? Nothing, exactly. Quick. Him being quick is nice, but that's not exactly the upgrade you're looking for, is it? I'm going to Lost Luggage, reroll. Demon units get multi-strike, rage does not decay. Are you a demon? You are a demon. You're a demon. Okay, I mean, you know, now I'm thinking, okay, demon unit getting multi-strike and then another stack of multi-strike. That's pretty good. So we take this. We can remove a card and then get like Fury Stone. I mean, Rage 7's really good. No, we want, oh, we can't afford Quick anymore. Okay, well in that case, yeah, just give you Rage. I got plans, We're gonna get rid of an Echo Break. We're going to dupe the good Imp. We could also dupe like the good Vent, but I think we want to dupe the good Imp. Because that's a pretty good freaking Imp to have, honestly. With sapped enemy units. And then we are going to meld. And I think I'm gonna put the Horned Warrior inside of the Deranged Brute. And then if he dies, like, whatever, we'll just replay him. I mean, he's very weak, he's very fragile, but he can still get the job done in theory. For any friendly units entering with sap, something tells me that's not gonna be a problem. We did get one fledgling imp, which is good enough. So we need to play the Brute at the top. In fact, we have our entire hand already, the perfect hand. We have like the perfect hand, so you definitely have to go here. You have to, we're gonna accept that we're gonna run a little low on energy on the next turn. Now we have a 300 damage deranged Brute in the back. He's a little on the slower side, but you know, whatever. Echo Infusion, I kind of wish that card was the holdover. I think that would have been better than Armor 5, but what's done is done. Everything down here is gonna die, and the good thing is that we're gonna get that card again next turn. And if our Imp dies here, who cares? So definitely just, you know, now that I think about it, this is not a good play, because as soon as we crack the egg, we're gonna lose the rage and armor anyways. Let's put it on you. Keep you, you know, living as long as possible. I want the imp to die. I could daze the boss, but at this early stage, there's no point. We want to daze the divinity, otherwise we just want to stall. Okay. I mean, you're now 600 damage, which is pretty good. Return or consume spell, we absolutely can, because it's the good vent. We can play this vent. We'll have another vent next turn, so our champion is living as well. The champion only exists to give me cards. Ideally, we would like the champion to live as long as possible, but if they die, honestly, they die. Oh, that costs 1, it's not free. But we can actually make it free. So play the Inflame. We're now cracking. 30 damage, 30 damage. This one has piercing, but they're both the same. So we can play one. Play the other. Floors are now clear. I wouldn't mind killing the imp, but if the imp's dead anyways, there's no point. Although we could play a Bogfly, sacrifice imp, and then, I don't know, we do damage. Shrug. I think we'll just play this Bogfly. You're already cracking, so we'll just start stacking up Infusion here, and then stacking up a Reap on the boss. Okay, Pupa has been unlocked, and then as long as we keep playing our imps, nothing will ever hurt us ever again. And we can even like sap the crap out of bosses forever and ever. Do we need 2 imps? Not really. It's a good way of keeping your champion alive though, because it is a tank, but we don't really need to have 2 of them. What's consumed? Broken memories and 2 vents. I'd like the vents to come back. So maybe we don't play Echo Snare. Although it would kill this floor. And you know what, since we don't have a vent, let's do that. How come I have 2 energy? How come I keep playing cards and then running out of energy, and then I'm like, why am I out of energy? Why do I only have 2? You're Ember drained on this turn, right? I don't know, I feel like I'm missing something. Should I not have had 3 energy on this turn? What did I play? I played an Echo Snare for 0. I don't know, I think I'm losing my mind. No, we played 1 for the imp. Okay, I'm dumb. Anyways, you can start getting stacked. I'll just put you down to tank, and I'll just put you down here. We're not killing that unit that I wanted to kill with the consume, but whatever. At this point, if our champion dies, it's really not that big of a deal, because the top floor is good enough at this point. And in fact, maybe we want the middle floor to go away so that we can sap the boss and then have the capability of him having, you know, minus 10, 15 sap on the top floor. He'll just get wrecked. And we can bring back a vent if we want to. You know, we have that capability. We have the power. Or we could just like, you know, guilt something. Okay. We want to kill an imp. I'm starting to think that this might not be the best card to have in the deck, because right now my imp's already dead, so I don't need to kill him. The other one is better, the one that gives you draw, because then you can get the same imp again, which is perfect. You're dying. You're healing. But you have Reap, which means I should be able to kill you. Now our champion is living. Good. We had to play some cards to make that happen, but that's fine. And in fact, I think that maybe we'll just like Daze you. Now we're taking less damage. We don't need to daze the top floor. And I really wish I had like 8 more card draw, 4 more energy, 10 more capacity on everything. It's amazing how that works, but I still love this. The boss has 14 sap. Again, the champion dying at this point might be perfect, but if we can have the champion die next turn, that's also fine. So keep stacking. Keep stacking. No one has sweep, so the unit in the back is not in any... they're not gonna die, okay? Keep bringing back the vents. I would like it for you to live for a turn. The boss is taking 1,200 damage. I guess that's the benefit of having, you know, this amount of multi-strike and damage on the top floor. With the vents, the crowd clearing from the imps, we can do a ton of damage to this guy, no problem. So if we can keep our champion alive to the next turn, these units will kill the champion. The mark of a champion. Do we want to play Queen's Imps? Probably not. One vent will keep our champion alive, so keep the Inflame going. You might as well just keep applying Reap. The Reap is, and you know what? We're getting a lot of Reap damage because of our multi-strike as well, which I'm not really paying attention to. Champion living for 1 turn means we get 1 more consume card. I love the champion bringing back consumes because it's 1 free card every turn. It's not draw. It's actually extremely effective. Double rage on all friendly units? We'll go to 500 by 600 damage? First of all, I mean, you should, because then you'll get Inflame. You won't get the Imp, but the Imp has kind of outlived its purpose now that we have 102 and 80 rage. And then we still have the armor getting, you know, every single turn. Smack ya. Consume piercing? I mean, it kills 1 unit, but like, what's the point? All right, so we do, I don't know, somewhere in the vein of 3,000 damage in a single turn, and you are sapped to all hell, which means you can't do anything, and also I got a body blocker. You're not, we're taking no damage. We're killing you in 1 turn. Okay, Reap 1 doesn't really seem like that important when we're doing 3,000 physical damage, but it does work. And in theory, this will work even better on the boss because the sweep is just gonna get sapped when we play our imps. We only need 1, and we have 2 of them in the deck, and we draw 10 cards at the beginning of combat. We can get to that imp super quickly. Which is the entire reason why I've built the deck like this. I hate that on this draw we are going to lose the Brute, but the entire reason to have him come back every turn is that he's replayable, so this is still fine. In fact, we might be able to just daze the boss, but it's gonna cost us too many cards. You know what? No, it won't. This is strange, but also like totally fine. This is a weird turn. We're gonna give you, Echo Infusion doesn't give you what I need. Hold on, hold on. I think you're gonna die, and I don't care. The whole point of playing you was so that I could just draw you on the next turn. So I think what we're gonna do is play Echo Right on the middle. Because in theory, I could play an Imp, and then Soul Crushing Guilt, but then we'll have an Imp in front that we can't kill. Well, unless we use an Echo Break on the Imp. Play the Imp. Soul Crushing Guilt will daze you, and then the Brute's gonna live. We'll have 2 energy next turn. You know what? I'm okay with this. Technically, that is better. it buys us a little bit of time to get to our egg, which I guess you're guaranteed to draw on this turn. And then you play the egg, and then you play the fledgling imp, and then as soon as you can kill this imp, then you're set. So you play the egg because you got to. You play the imp because you got to. Now we're doing 500 damage. You're taking 400, and we haven't drawn any of our vents yet, which is a bit of a problem. That being said, we can actually tank surprisingly well. I don't think you want to actually play this on this floor because it'll, oh, you know what? It gives us a lot of armor. So you definitely want to play this. We're taking 8 damage. And then we play this up here to start cracking that egg. All we need is a vent. If we draw a vent, we're in the clear. I have 2 of them in the deck, so all we need is 1. Oh my god. Well, this is still fine. We just needed 1 of them, but at least the imps are dying. We'll get them next turn. We're not going to play an Echo Break. I hate that you're dying because it means that we won't draw the vents, but we still have the imps, and we can play imps on different floors. I think we do want to play the Inflame. It gives armor to the unit who could take damage. If we play Broken Memories, we need to get up to 50 armor. I can keep, if I play a Queen's Imp, I can definitely keep Echo Right alive. And by definitely, I mean barely. I could also, like, because a Queen's Imp and a Broken Memories means that the Queen's Imp will block 8 plus 5, 13, 14 damage, which is enough to block 25 and 7. So we'll live, we'll get another consumed card back, which will be Broken Memories. We won't play the Inflame Holdover, but is the Inflame Holdover that important for the build? No. What's important is keeping the champion alive so we can get the vents, we can replay him. So play that, play this. We're taking 44, which is not good, but is good enough. Stack a little bit of armor on you. It hurts, I know. 7 dead. 7 dead. We're taking a little more damage because of this, I think, but we do need to keep cracking the egg. So I think I will play Echo Break. We'll take 2 damage as a result. I mean, what can I say? The cards that we want are the heaviest cards in the deck right now. Okay, we have both imps, we have 1 vent, we have another vent coming up, we have remove shell. Okay. You gotta remove shell. And you've got an imp. This will keep everyone alive on this floor pretty much. Egg is opening, beautiful. That floor is done. Vent here. You know, I think you just want to play everything down here, including the fledgling imp. And Broken Memories, you want to bring back a vent. So imp. Yeah, okay. We know what we're doing. Start with this. Play this. Consume. Gets 1 kill on a unit that's giving us spikes. That's worth it. And then we bring back the vent again. This floor is fine. We're having to play around a little bit, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Chains of the Sided, the mini boss will not live. Taking 172, remove 3 shell. This is not the consume card we wanted, but we could play it just to give ourselves more armor, to keep the champion alive, which is nice because, you know, every time we keep the champion alive, we are getting vents back and whatnot. We have 2 of them in hand. There's a lot to play on this turn. We can safely get rid of this. And Flame definitely just goes on you. We do need to play the Imp, and I think you absolutely just play him up here. Keep that going. 500 damage on the boss on this turn. Sap is keeping him dead, keeping him dying. I think you consume this here. I think you consume this. And then I'm just gonna play this at the bottom. It kills 2 annoying enemies that we definitely don't want to live, or have living. We don't want them to live. 2 energy because the Imp lived. That's okay. Echo Infusion, keep you buffed. Last Stand, it'll come around. I don't need the Imp to live. We could kill it and then get it again next turn. Which is honestly kind of nice because I would love to kill this Conduit Redirector next turn so that we don't have spikes. Because I don't think Echo Snare is gonna do it. We would need to Echo Snare and then play another like couple of spells or something. Oh, you know what we could do? Pop you with Impressive and then take 28 damage. Yeah, seems like a good idea. Lifesteal, fantastic, like it actually matters. We'll take Pyre damage because we have the Bone Dog. Unless we just want to purge the spell. We're not playing anything else with our energy, so go ahead, do that. Play the Echo Break here to make sure that the Imp dies. Well, then why not just pop the Imp? Go, because we'll take a whole bunch of damage. Yeah, do it like this. And then Reap 2. I don't want to give armor to these units. So go ahead, play it here. Kill an Imp. Bark. I mean, I think we're gonna live. I think we're gonna make it. Feels like this is a deck archetype that we've had before, but whatever works, right? So our Imps are coming back. They're alive. This is gonna massively increase the damage that this floor is doing. I kind of wish that we never put the sap on this though. Like, it's keeping the brute alive, but it is making it hard to kill the Imp, and that Imp is living and giving us a whole bunch of sap on future turns. But you might as well play you down here because it's another wipe. We've got nasty stuff coming up on the bottom floor, but who cares? We'll deal with that later. You know, we could just knock you back. Or, you know what? We could just daze you. Return a consume spell. Well, you know what? If we're gonna bring back a vent, we don't really need to deal with anything on this bottom floor. We can just kind of ignore it. In which case, 27 sap, 13 sap. What the heck do you do? What do you infuse, extract, daze? There's nothing worth dazing. We might as well daze you so that you don't attack us when you make it up here or something. I don't know. I don't even know why I played that card for 1, because it's not like we actually need the Pyre HP. You're taking 600 damage. We're taking none, because everything is still sapped from last turn. Well, in that case, Inflame makes everything else free. You're doing 656 damage. Vent Broken Memories means we can just bring it back. Bring back the one that has piercing. You're taking 5 damage. I don't know, just like, you don't exactly need any more days, because you got days for days. I don't know, kind of have the opinion of just dazing you for a few turns, even though it doesn't really do anything. We're gonna have 3 energy now, because our imps are no longer ember draining us to hell. And, I mean, we could just double rage on friendly units, which will almost certainly kill the boss. And he's dead, all right. Fantastic. Keep buffing the health, vent down here, why not? Keeps our imps alive for yet another turn. All right, well, how did this work? Rage. Rage and 6 multi-strike and sap ended up working for us. In theory, so how else could we have done this? If we did not get the sap unit upgrade, what we could have done is give our imp a little bit more health so it can tank a couple of shots for our units. But otherwise, like, pretty much the brute was gonna ensure that our poopa would be able to hopefully do enough damage to, you know, kill the units as they were making it up. I don't know if we would have really been able to kill Divinity without the sap, because if we hit endless, then Divinity gets a little bit more damage, so it'll go from like 10 to like 15 or 17 damage or something like that. So I don't know how we would have won without that sap. We had no, well, not no, but we didn't have as much armor generation as I would like. Did we double stack something? Did I forget to double stack? No, get me out of here. Did I forget to double stack the holdover in flame? I think I did. Because didn't we have the ability to double stack this, and for some reason I said no? That was stupid. We should have absolutely double stacked the inflame, even for 3. Or did I double stack the days? I guess this was how we were going to keep our units alive, now that I think about it. No, wait, where is it? This one. Yeah, we should have double stacked the soul crushing guilt. we should have double stacked something. Guilt means that the brute would have at least lived, you know, on relentless, as we infuse on the floor. It would have cost us infusions for opening the egg, but we had a spell to get through that. So yeah, we should have absolutely double casted Soul Crushing Guild. That should have been the play. I don't know why I forgot to do that. I guess I just wasn't thinking about it. Anyways, that was a bit of a long run, but these Monster Train runs, they tend to be a little bit longer on, you know, Covenant 25 going up against the last Divinity, when you have to construct a deck capable of surviving, winning, and killing. But still, it was a fun run. Ashes of the Fallen, probably one of the better artifacts in the game. And if I had to change things around, I would not have taken Scorched Steel. I realize now it's strange, because if your imps can tank another hit because of the armor, or because of like a plus 25 health unit upgrade, it's nice because it means that your other units are not taking damage. But if you want to kill your imps, it's harder if they're healthier without having that spell that just does it. You know, sort of like impressive, but it's important work, I think. You know, because we only have basically echo breaks that allow us to target our own imps. And I didn't upgrade these. If you upgrade them with magic power, it's a lot easier. But since I did not upgrade with magic power, maybe we should have not taken this, kill our imps a little bit more often, and then replay them over and over again. The other thing that would have been nice to have on this run, I guess, now that I'm talking about it, is the armor imp. On summon, apply armor to friendly units. If we had that, we could have easily put that inside of the fledgling imp, the rage imp, because in the end, we didn't really need damage to all enemies. It's really nice to have damage to all enemies, but we had 2 vents, which were pretty much good enough, especially because they were consumed, upgraded, piercing, doing a lot of damage, coming back every turn. But you know what? It's nice to have backups, you know? 2 imps and 2 vents means that on the average, you're only going 1, maybe 2 turns without drawing a floor wiping card. Although sometimes, they were a little bit heavy, but that's why you have like 4 of them in your deck. And then the imps also doubled as a buffer for our units. Oh, anyways, I'm just happy that I won a run finally. For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support me at any of the links below in the video description. And I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.